And there we go. You should get a thing saying, yeah, brilliant. So, hello, Sophia. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. We are, there's a bit of feedback there, isn't there? No?
I'm not getting my end.
No, it's all right.
Yeah,
no, it's gone now. It's not happening anymore. So we'll start again. So, hi, Sophia. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. We are going to chat about your recent experience on the Marketing Foundations programme. Thank you so much for joining me and
thank you for
letting me chat to you about it. So you're a House of Colour stylist and colour consultant. So what prompted you to look for help with your marketing earlier this year? End of last year it was actually, wasn't it?
Yes, it was actually. I can't believe it was that long ago already. Yeah. But it's a really interesting one. I mean, I've always worked in a sort of sales environment, but the House of Colour business was relatively new to me. It's only a couple of years that I've been doing it. And marketing and the social media side of things, I'd not really attempted for various reasons, but it was one of those things that I recognised that I needed to do some form of marketing, and I really didn't know where to start, and I did just feel completely overwhelmed with the whole thought of marketing and what that might entail. So it was one of those things that I just kept pushing down the priority list. And chat with Sean, who also works in the House of Colour Gloucestershire franchise, and I just said to her, I feel I need some direction. I need a bit more focus. Marketing really needs to come up the list. So we just had chats, and she'd mentioned she'd come across you at a ladies at latte meeting and raved about you. I thought, well, why not? Let's give it a go. It's a perfect time to sort of tackle it, really.
Yeah. Brilliant. So and that's a really common feeling, that kind of it feels too big, too hard, so I'll just keep putting it off because it doesn't matter really. But ultimately it does matter, because
definitely
your business isn't going to grow without some kind of marketing effort, really. So how did you find the Marketing Foundations programme overall?
Amazing. I really wholeheartedly mean that. As I mentioned just a moment ago, I mean, the marketing side of things for me was just this huge animal that I just thought, I don't even know where to begin. And what I found so helpful with your program was the way that you broke it down little by little so that it felt much more manageable. And as the week started to develop, I found myself using the message bank so much to sort of note things down and refer back to. And every session got my creative juices flowing. And I felt like I was overwhelmed with all these ideas that I had to store somewhere, because I found I was suddenly starting to see things through the eyes of the client and who I was trying to attract. And that's something I'd not done before. And that was only because of the programme, because it really did sort of drill down into the finer details to build this bigger picture of marketing. I just didn't realise how much I needed it until weeks started to go, and I was just so looking forward to the next session because I felt like I was sort of galloping ahead and couldn't wait to show you what I'd done, really, what I'd achieved. So it was beyond helpful. I'm, even now I'm finding it so helpful to just refer back to. And I always keep asking myself, think about your ideal client, and you're selling the dream. It's the shelf analogy that you use. You're the drill to put up the shelf to store things on, and I just keep going back to all those ideas, which is amazing. So it's
fantastic. And it's been such a joy working with you to see you kind of get that enthusiasm and all the ideas that when I talk to you now, I can see that you're always brimming with ideas, and your social media is much more it's connecting with people more, because I can see that you're using what you've learned and the stuff that you picked up on the program. So that's amazing. Absolutely. Thank you. So
thank you.
What are you doing differently in your business now then as a result of working through that Foundations program?
A lot of it, I do have a tendency to have all these amazing ideas and want to rush on ahead, but I'm having to sort of pull myself back and just make a note of these different ideas. You shared various different ways of storing that information, whether it be Trello, different ideas, which I'd never come across before. So that was super helpful. And I just think about, I keep going back to who is my ideal client? What am I trying to achieve with this post? And making sure I call to actions in, but also making sure that I'm using the right call to actions at the right time. So my social media was something I was so frightened of, and I just felt that I was constantly sort of saying, you know, come and buy this, come and do this, come and do, and actually I wasn't giving them enough behind the scenes sort of things that people want to engage with. And also I found my social media posts were just so all over the place that I maybe put 2 or 3 calls to action in there and the message was lost. Whereas now I've your focus, every Friday I have a focus morning where I sit down and I brain dump, as you call it, everything on the page of what I'm looking to achieve, and really sort of drill down on which social media posts I want to send out and what is the message I'm trying to give out in that particular post, to ensure that it's the right post at the right time and it lands with the people I want it to land with.
And it connects with people.
Absolutely. And by doing that, I'm already seeing the engagement increase, which is so
Brilliant.
rewarding because I know it's working.
That
also gives me so much more motivation to continue with the plan. And that's why I sat down and wrote my marketing program. That was one of the first things I did when we finished the program. So I now have a clear focus of what I'm trying to achieve and when I'm trying to achieve it.
Brilliant. So you've got a marketing plan, you've got loads of ideas, and you're starting to see it make a difference. And I think the beauty of the Foundations program as well is that it's not just about social media. So you've written a blog, haven't you, for your website, for the House of Colour website, and it's those messages, you can use them whatever you're doing. So whether you're networking or anything really other than your social media. So
definitely, I think it's also given me the confidence to be able to do those things, the networking, be much more visible than I have been before, purely just from a confidence that I've grown listening to, you know, the various things within the program and our sessions. I've just gained so much confidence about where I'm wanting my business to go, and whether that be just a networking meeting or an informal sort of chat with people or a Zoom evening that I do with Sean. I do feel I've changed hugely and I'm gaining confidence all the time, which is all thanks to the program. It really is.
Fantastic. It's been so, as I've said, it's been so lovely to see it. It really has. So how do you feel about marketing now?
Gosh, it's no longer overwhelming me, which I never thought I would say, because I honestly, I've worked in property for years and we've always had, you know, it's been corporate based companies, and therefore we've always had the marketing department who take care of all of sent the message and asked to send it out there. So we really have to understand the behind the scenes things, and it's been just so helpful because now I understand the purpose of marketing. I also understand that you don't have to try and do everything all at once, and there are going to be different times where you need different messages and when to apply that. And the most important part of it all really is the importance it plays. Marketing is such a big important thing for any business. I don't think I'm alone in that. People find it overwhelming and therefore
not at all
at all costs, which is you because they need you. But I certainly don't look at it the same way now. I sit down, I refer to my program and I think, what is it I'm trying to achieve? How am I going to do it? And always keeping in mind the person that I'm trying to speak to. And so I feel so much better about marketing. I don't see it as this huge, enormous, overwhelming task now. I just keep referring to break it down bit by bit and tackle it, you know, at time.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. And would you if somebody was asking you about the Marketing Foundations program, what would you say to them?
If they're struggling at
they
all,
if they were thinking of doing it.
Oh, absolutely, you have to do it. I can't explain enough how much it's changed me as a person, and also just the motivation I have with the business and where I'm heading. And I'm already seeing those leads coming through. I'm already seeing engagement increase. And for me, that's
Amazing.
Just ignited my passion for what I do. And I'm actually excited about marketing now, which
Fantastic.
so I genuinely think if anybody out there is struggling, or it just feels like, oh, I can't even possibly imagine where to begin, I can't recommend it enough, because, you know, with your patience and support, I really do feel like it's changed the way that my business will go. And I'm so excited to see where I progress, really.
Fabulous. That's brilliant. Thank you so much, Sophie. I will stop there.